Happy Sunday, fun day. One of the things that I always do every Sunday is go into a lot of my prayers and meditation and try to hear messages that I need to convey. Asking God to, use me as the vessel to be able to give messages that need to be given to the world right now. All of this kind of started for me way back, probably, it goes way back, but especially around 2018, 17, 18, I was going through, my awakening stage, one of the deepest parts of it. And I think all of us, well, I wouldn't say all, but a lot of people are waking up, or discovering an awakening experience where they're questioning things. They're questioning, am I living the life that I want to live? Am I as healthy as I want to be and intended to be? Am I feeling content and not stressful? So these are things that people are asking right now, because we are living in a world where we have no choice now but to look at these things and address them. I think a lot of things are going to be coming to head in 2024, both on the political scene as well, and systems like healthcare systems, education systems, are all going to go through some major changes. And change is good. I know in my life, for the most part, anytime there's been major change, it's always been for my highest good and for my benefit. So I welcome change. So one thing I want to talk about today is when I was going through my awakening, Spirit sometimes will always put us in situations where we're kind of forced to look at things and to really meditate on how we're feeling and things that we can do to better our lives. And so when I was going through my awakening, and of course it always happens during trials and tribulations, so whether it be relationship divorces or loss of job or loss of a loved one, it's something major that triggers us into these, some people call them the dark night of the soul. I don't like to use that term because it sounds, I don't know, it doesn't sound like the positive outcome that these things really produce. But when I was going through mine, Spirit just told me to start writing these things down. You probably have heard that journaling can be very, very therapeutic. And it most certainly was for me, very surprisingly so. But my messages for myself and just to the world, or whatever I wanted to express, came through poetry. So during that time, I wrote a book, and it's called Rise and Shine. And in this book, it's just things that I was feeling and picking up in the world. I am an empath, and so those of you who understand what empathic means, we basically are people who are highly sensitive, and we pick up energies very quickly. And I believe what we're going through right now is requiring us to return to love. And on this channel, we talk a lot about revolutionizing our health and our well-being and our happiness in this world. This channel is really intended to be a place where we can discuss, we can learn, we can experience, we can have experts on whatever we need to do to help us be inspired to live healthier, more joyful, healthy, and in every aspects of whole health. And that's one of the things that we talk about, is that there are 4 dimensions of whole health. In our country, we just look at basically the physical, and even with that, it's not really looking at the root cause most of the time. It's just putting a Band-Aid on a symptom. And I know this because I spent 20 years as a drug rep, and I sold pharmaceuticals for 20 years, and pretty much everything that we offered, we were treating symptoms. So, but now for the last 20 years or so, I've been very focused on natural health and things that address the cause and the root cause of illness. And through my research, what I discovered is that there are 4 dimensions of health. It's not just physical. We have to look at the mental, the emotional, and we cannot forget about the spiritual side of health. So I feel like when I wrote this book, that was part of my healing and therapeutic benefit, was to be able to tap into getting emotions out, and also tapping into my spirit, and because through nurturing that is where healing can happen. So I'm gonna read you this poem, because I think we're living in a time right now where we're going to be asked to return to love. You know, if we're going to survive as a human race, you know, with all this AI stuff that's happening, all the political shakeups and everything, I believe the only way we're going to get through all this is that we have to remember who we are and why we are here on this earth. And one thing is for sure, is that we are here to love and we are to be loved. And if that is one thing that Jesus taught us, he taught us many things, but that especially is the thing that he embraced and encouraged us to never forget. So in love, the vibrations of love are healing. And so that is why it is so important that we remember that. So returning to love. Returning to love is what is being asked of both you and me. We are to expand in consciousness and follow a path that is free. We must now become the one we have been waiting for and embody our great master spirit as we begin to soar. When we return to love in both word and deed, this is when we find all we truly need. No more fears of being alone or not having enough. We are here together, and we make it through any and all stuff. We all know that God is love and love is God. So why do we question love as if it is something odd? Let's heed what God's Spirit would have us to do, for that is how we show him a love that is true. We create heaven on earth when we return to love. It is then we live happily ever after, down here and above. Again, I want to emphasize on this channel that it is time for us to revolutionize our health, our happiness, our well-being, everything. This is the beginning of a whole new chapter in humanity. I believe it. A lot of other people believe it. And I believe this is what God intended for us, is for us to wake up to and be able to see the truth of what is going on and the truth of why we're here. And when we do this, it is healing. It is healing on all those levels, the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual sides of health. And that, my friends, is when we will become the healthiest we have ever been. And I am excited to be part of it. And I'm excited that I can share with you my journey and how I have and continue to learn how to live in this new way of being free, and free of disease, fear of just anything that brings us down. And so thank you for allowing me to express today. And if you want to help me, and I really hope you will, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And we will continue to get more content out of inspiration, for inspiration, and all kinds of education. And we're here to do this together. Thank you.